Today I'm gonna try and transform into a water avatar, which I've never done. I've done the normal avatars, but never a water avatar, so let's go. I haven't done a creative makeup in a hot minute, like a full character transformation, so we'll see how this goes, because I'm out of practice. I'm not completely blocking my eyebrows, but I am gluing them down a little bit just so they're not that noticeable under the makeup. But now this is a look. I'm pretty impatient, so one of my least favorite parts about doing these types of looks is when I have to glue down my eyebrows, because I have to put glue on them, wait for that to dry, put powder over that, and then do that like a couple of times. So it just takes a hot minute, so I get impatient. My hair today, I tried doing a Tashi Duncan type of look, but it looks worse than Tashi Duncan's hair even after she played a whole tennis game. I don't know what happened, but if you thought right before this it was a look, what do you think it is now? Now it's a real look. Now it's time for the fun part, which is the colors. My palette looks absolutely disgusting, but we're not gonna talk about that. I feel like this color is pretty accurate, so I'm going with this. Okay, so I'm gonna be placing this color on the outskirts of my face, and then in the middle I'm gonna be placing some white. I'm starting to look like handsome Squidward. I feel like this is the exact color for him, but we're not going down that route today. I'm gonna have to change my shirt because this is gonna get blue, and we don't want that. This is much better. It won't get stained, hopefully, and hopefully my face won't either, because just imagine. I'm just trying to get this base pretty even so then I can add the whites on the highlights and then we can move on. Okay, we're looking pretty blue, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the whites in the center of my face and then wherever the highlights are supposed to be to transform my face into their face, you know? Now we're getting into the tricky part, which is the contour. I'm gonna apply some lighter, I'm using a white shade on the bridge of my nose to make it look wider, and then we're gonna contour this to actually bring it to life. Okay, now that the highlights are pretty set, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with a darker shade to apply the contours. Okay, so now I'm trying to contour my eyes, which will be a little bit hard. I'm just trying to shape them a little bit similar to what they have. I don't think it's gonna look very similar, but we'll try. I have the contour on my eyes it's going in the right direction. I just need to add the darker shades, but for now we're moving on to the shading on the face. I'm grabbing some of that darker shade and just placing it where I normally contour, just to add more dimension to the face. And then with that same contour shade, I'm just going on and drawing on the lines on the face. I feel like the lines just create the look. It looks so much better now. Okay, so I feel like the details on the face are pretty much done, so I'm gonna move on to my eyes and finish those off. Basically grabbing some dark gray eyeshadow, I'm just lining up the fake eye that we created before with that darker blue, and basically just deepening that shade. Grabbing some of that dark blue shade we used earlier, I'm just going over that to really blend it out. Almost forgot to add the nose, so let's add that nose. Adding the finishing touches with some white dots all over the face. Okay, so I think the face makeup is pretty much done. I'm gonna go on and do my hair and I'll be back. Let's see how that goes. We'll see. This is what we have to work with. So let's try. Okay, so I did 2 braids here, 2 braids here. I don't know if I should tie them in the back like this or if I just let them loose. I don't know. I'm gonna color my ears and I'm gonna see how that looks and play around with the hair, and I'll be back to show you the final product. Okay, I think it's coming together. I think I'm gonna leave these just hanging. Yeah, I think that looks good. And then these I might clip back here. Yeah. Adding some lashes to finish off the look, and I think I'm adding some more shading here. Okay guys, so this is the final product. 10 out of 10. I feel like it looks a lot like a tiger instead of Avatar, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching. Bye. Today we're going to be recreating this iconic look. Let's go. Her eyebrows go a little bit higher, so we will be gluing down my eyebrows, the ends of my eyebrows, just to make them, paint them on a little bit higher. Literally had such a hard time choosing what makeup look to do because she has so many iconic looks that I could not choose. I don't know if I should do the base first or the eyes because she has a white base. I think I'm gonna do the white base first and then the eyes. Yes, that makes sense. For the white base, I'm mixing some of the Maron Cream Blend Stick with just my normal foundation, and we're gonna try to achieve that pale look. I'm just gonna grab a little bit of white and put it on my face and then add the foundation like I normally do, because she's not completely white, she's like really pale. So let's try and do that. Okay, I think this is gonna work out. I think it looks good. It's looking good. I think I added a lot of foundation on this side, so hopefully it'll even out. Adding some blush and just blending it out because she has a lot of blush, so we're just blending it out way up here. I think we definitely have to add a lot more blush. So also I am using the e.l.f. blush in the shade Pinky Promise. Okay, so I think we're good on blush. I'll add more, like a powder one afterwards, but let's go onto the eyes. So first I'm gonna start off by creating the liner shape. I'm gonna be using the Huda Beauty Empowered eyeshadow palette, and I'm gonna be using this like cream eyeshadow base. Now that the shape is drawn out, I'm just using a black eyeshadow to set everything in place and then blend out the edges. Using the white paint we used earlier for the base, I'm gonna go ahead and use it to set the eyelid, and then we're gonna add some glitter on top of this. And then I'm patting on some glitter on top of that. Using some black eyeshadow, I just elongated the tail of the brow. And now I'm using some orange eyeshadow to add on the front part of the eyebrow. I think like this part needs a little bit more, it needs glitter because I added shimmer, but I feel like it needs glitter, so I'm gonna add this silver glitter on the eyelid. I think that'll make it look a lot better. Definitely looks so much better. Okay, now it's time to add the gems, which I'm so excited for. I don't know if they'll look even, but we're gonna try our best. I'm gonna grab some eyelash glue and just place it where I want the gems to go, and then go with that. We'll see how it goes. I'm so excited because today color pencils are gonna choose my makeup. I love watching Bryn's videos every Monday, so today we're gonna try it out. Let me clip my hair back because otherwise it's gonna get everywhere. Let's pick for foundation. Yellow. Okay, this is for real giving Minions right now. I forgot to do my eyebrows, so let's choose a color for the brows. Neon green? Okay. I feel like you can barely see them, but trust, they are there. Next up is concealer. Okay. I don't know how this is gonna look, but let's go. Honestly, I'm not really mad. It kind of looks good. I'm kind of loving this color palette. Let's keep going. Contour. Olive green. I feel like it looks more like dark green than olive green, so I'm gonna go with dark green. I'm actually not mad at this. It's kind of looking good. Somewhat good. I'm not sure. It could honestly be going so much worse, but I don't want to curse it. Let's move on to blush. Yellow. Okay, this is a darker yellow, so let's apply that. I'm so happy this is maintaining the color scheme, okay? I don't know what this is giving, but it's giving something, okay? Let's do eyeshadow. Red. All right, so let's do some red eyeshadow. I'm kind of really loving this, so let's choose another color for the eyeshadow. Dark green. All right. Adding the dark green as a smoked out like liner thing. I feel like we need another shade right up in here, so let's pick another color. Purple. All right. I don't know how it's gonna look, but let's try it. I think the shimmer might ruin the look, but okay, let's just add it in here. I don't know how I feel about the purple, but let's choose some lips. Brown. All right. Honestly, this brown lip looks really good with the rest. This is the final color palette with the pencils, and honestly, I'm not mad at it. Hold on, let me zoom you guys in. I kind of like the color palette. The eyes are kind of questionable, but everything else kind of goes together. I give it a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think. Hey guys, today I'm gonna be turning myself into Tefiti, which I can't believe I've never done. This is what we're gonna try to recreate. That's her username right over there. I'm gonna tag her down below, but this is what we're gonna try and do. I'm gonna be using this palette. It's absolutely disgusting, but let's not. Look at that. Don't get scared by the neon. We're gonna tone it down. It looks really neon, but this is just gonna work like as a base for the green. It's not gonna be this neon. I'm not gonna glow in the dark. Don't worry. This is currently giving Wicked, but trust, it's gonna turn out. I feel like painting the neck is the worst part just because it's really hard to take off later and it's just like uncomfortable to paint. It's a weird position. I feel like my hands were not built to move this way. I'm gonna have to tie my hair back because it's getting on the paint. Okay, I feel like we've mastered the green. We look like Hulk now. You can still see my tan line through the green paint. Good to know. I don't know what I would use this information for, but good to know, I guess. So now to set it in place and kind of tone down this neon green, I'm gonna be using some eyeshadow in the according colors. So like dark green is gonna go for contour, light green for like highlight under the eye, that kind of thing. I'm grabbing some dark green and basically putting it everywhere I contour. And then with that same green, I'm just contouring my nose. I'm grabbing some green water activated paint and basically just dotting right over here, like in the transition area, just to make it look like moss or plants, either one. I added some lower lash eyeshadow and then used a yellow eyeshadow. Added some eyeshadow under the eye, and now I'm gonna add the eyelash. I kind of forgot I was filming this video, but I did this to my hair. Basically, just put it on this side and put all the flowers on it. Now we're going on to the other side of the face, so we're halfway done, kinda. I think this is the hardest part, so I don't know if we're halfway done or what. For this side, I'm gonna be using modeling blocks for the face. We're gonna try to shape the eye. Okay, so with this, I'm gonna shape it into like a little horn, and then I'm just gonna do that and then glue it with some, and basically this is what I'm gonna do all over this section and glue it with some liquid latex. So I'll be back.
How am I gonna get through 31 days of spooky season makeup? Who knows? We are starting day 1 off strong, doing this Maze Runner infected crank makeup look. I did one of these last year, but I kind of want to redo it. Let's go. I'm going to start off by doing the veins on his face with some scar wax from Maron. I want to make one big vein and then a bunch of small ones kind of like coming out of this one. We're headed in the right direction. Now I'm going to start adding some little ones coming out of this one. The hardest part is making these two connect. I'm struggling. Okay, so this is how it's looking. I have to bring it down to my neck to complete the veins. And it's gonna be kind of tricky because I move a lot. So it's gonna start like falling off. Okay, so this is how the neck is looking. It's kind of falling apart. I don't know if it's gonna work out. Added this one on the forehead and this right here. Okay, I think we're good with the veins. These keep kind of like popping up, but I'm gonna start painting the face. Using a bruise wheel, this dark color, painting the veins. Now I'm using the red to add some more veins. I'm doing these ones a little bit thicker and then patting them with my finger to kind of blend them in. Now I'm using some eyeshadow to deepen my under eyes and my eyes. Adding those same tones around my nose. Using a pale concealer on my lips. Powdering them to make them look dry. Now I'm using this red tone under my eyes, like so. Now I'm using some liquid latex to add some scabs around my face. And then I'm just pulling it apart once it's kind of dry. I'm using a lip balm to add like a sweaty type of look. Okay, so this is the finished product. Day 1, done. Day 3 of Halloween makeup looks. The last look I did was the other mother, but today we're going to be doing Coraline. I'm going to start off by gluing my eyebrows down.
I'm doing about 2 layers of glue because I don't want it to be like completely covered. Now I'm adding some concealer on my eyebrows. I added some foundation on my forehead to kind of match the whole eyebrow so I can draw the new eyebrows on. I'm drawing the eyebrows in with some eyeshadow because it's way easier to fix if I mess up, like, which is very likely. Do they look even? I don't think so, but we're gonna keep going. I think I drew them way too high up. Oh no, it's fine. Like, I'm measuring it with the button I'm gonna use, and I think it's fine. Moving on, I'm gonna do the rest of my face like I would normally do it. I forgot how much I loved this Morphe 2 Hint Skin Tint. Look at my skin right now. Beautiful. For blush, I'm just doing 2 dots on the apples of my cheeks. I'm using some bronzer to create a simple eyeshadow look, like so. I'm using some darker eyeshadow to create the illusion of a bigger eye by lining a little bit lower than my actual waterline. I grabbed a white eyeliner and kind of filled in that space. Now we're moving on to the fun part, which is doing the stitches on the mouth, which is gonna be really fun. I drew 2 lines with a light brown and blended them out. Now using a bruise wheel, I'm using this color right here and painted a line down the middle. Now I'm using the light brown and going around that red line we just created. Now I'm using this dark blue and deepening that red area. I'm using some water activated paints to draw some X's. I'm adding some scar wax to create an open cut. I divided the scar wax in the middle and now I'm adding some cotton balls in the center. I couldn't find a needle, so I just grabbed a pin and put it through the scar wax. Don't do this at home. I'm using some brow gel to add some freckles and then pat them in. I'm using a paper towel. I cut it down to kind of the shape of my eye. I added some liquid latex, and now with my eye closed, I'm putting it on top. Using some eyeshadow to blend out the edges. Now I went in with some red, then I glued the button on top of that. I'm gonna add the wig, the finishing touches, and I'll be back. Okay, so this is the final product. I added the wig, added a lash on my other eye, and that's it. Pretty simple Halloween look. Today I'm going to be turning myself into a Tim Burton character. I'm going to start off by applying some foundation as I normally would. Now I'm going to be using a concealer that's a few shades lighter than my normal concealer would be. This is the placement for the concealer. It's kind of messy, but we're going to blend it out. Now that the concealer is blended out and ready to go, we're going to add some contour with some gray eyeshadow. I'm going to be mixing a brown shade and a gray shade, and I'm going to be following this natural line right here, like so. Look at the difference. Oh my god. This is how it looks like from the side, front view. Now I'm going to do the nose contour, which I think is going to be the hardest part. Okay, so I tried doing 2 lines on the side of the nose, kind of going inwards, and then drew a triangle and then blended it out. Does it look good? I don't know. Now I'm using some dark eyeshadow to create some triangles right there. Of course, we have to create a strong jawline. Now it's time for the eye makeup. I'm creating an outline of how big I want the eye to be. So I'm using those same eyeshadows I used for the contour, and I'm deepening this outer corner right here. Then I'm bringing them into this inner corner and making a really round blend right about there. I did the same thing on both eyes. Now I'm blending this line that I created and adding some depth into it by using a darker shadow. Using some water activated paints to fill in this spot right here. Using black water activated paint, I created these little lashes and made an outline. Now we're moving on to the lips. I'm using a lip liner to overline my lips a little bit and make them a little bit wider right about here. Okay, I think I did a great job with the lips. I'm so proud of myself. Look. Now I'm going to be using a pink, like reddish shade and making some eye bags right under my eyes. Now I'm using that same eyeshadow brush I used earlier to tone down the red a little bit and make it a little bit more neutral. Now we're shaping the eyebrows for the final touch. I added some lashes and this is the final result. Now I'm a Tim Burton character. Day 3 of Halloween makeup look. Raise your hand if you were scared of Coraline when you first watched it. Today we're gonna be revisiting those memories and doing the other mother makeup look. I've done this look before and every time I've done it, I always draw the buttons, but they always turn out really bad. So today I made them with some foam clay because I didn't want to go buy them. And I'm gonna paint them black. I could get up and grab some acrylic paint and paint them, but I'm using some eyeshadow instead. Not too bad, not too bad. I think with the second one, I really captured the essence of a button. Pat in the back to myself. I'm starting off this makeup look by gluing my eyebrows down. I think I watched Coraline that one time and really said never again. But I really want to give it another chance this Halloween season, so we'll see, we'll see. I feel like back then it felt a lot scarier than it actually is, so now I'm doing the base with the cream blend stick from Maron. I literally applied it all over my face and now I'm kind of blending it out with a sponge. I have never met anyone who liked Coraline when they first watched it, like ever. Now that my face is white as paper, my teeth look yellow. Great. Now I'm creating the cheekbones. Face structure has been successfully altered. Now I'm doing some shading into my cheekbones. This is all gonna make way more sense once I add the lips, but for now, this is how it's looking. Now I'm contouring the nose. I'm really bad at doing this, so I don't know how it's gonna turn out. I don't know if I did it, but we're gonna go with this. Now I'm marking out where I want the button to be so I can draw the eyebrows, cause that's a challenge. They're kind of looking like third cousins, but we're gonna go with this. Now we're doing my favorite part, the lips. Okay, they're looking pretty good. I'm really excited about this. The black lipstick, a power move on her side. The buttons are the last thing I'm gonna put on because I can't really see through them. But now I'm gonna do the rest of this area right here. The ribs are done. Now it's time to put on the buttons. I'm gonna try and glue them with some eyelash glue. Okay, I'm gluing them on. I can't really see. I have to position my eyes where I can like see through the little side. I'm gonna put on the wig, add some finishing touches, and I'll be back. This is the finished product. I added the wig. The wig kind of has like a blowout, so she went to the hair salon. So yeah, this is the final product. Ding! Beautiful.